Welcome ladies, last week of November we are hitting lower body today. You are going to need some nice heavy weights. You are going to need a band and we are going to work on some Bulgarian split squats. So if you have like a small box or something that we can elevate that back leg on, that would be awesome. Something nice and strong and sturdy and not too high. We're also going to work on some hip thrusts. So we're going to use the same thing to rest our upper back on. So even a couch, you can even take the cushion off your couch and just use like the bottom part, something like that. And if you don't have anything, we will work on regular lunges and glute bridges, okay? So get that stuff ready. Also for the split squats, if you want some extra support, you can grab a broom handle or something like that that you can use holding the floor, okay? So we can use those for an extra help with those because they are a difficult move. So we want to use modifications to make sure we're doing them properly, okay? So let's start off with our warm up. We're just gonna go into some squats. We've got our feet about hip width or shoulder width apart. We're sinking down and driving up. Really starting to open up those hips, fire up those glutes, hitting all those glutes, hamstrings, quads today. Inhale down, exhale up. This is my second attempt at this workout. We tried it yesterday and Wyatt decided he was gonna wake up from his nap. So we're here today, Saturday, my birthday. So we're doing a birthday workout. 3, 2, and 1 into some side stretches here. And we'll sink down. 3, 2, 1, drive up, other side. And again, 3, 2, 1, up and reach. Inhale down and uphill reach. Awesome. Into some hamstring scoops. Let's take that left foot, pop that toe and scoop and reach. I would normally say we're doing like my least favorite workout on my birthday. However, I think I'm definitely shifting into enjoying lower body workouts a little bit more. Other side. I used to just be just the upper body. I don't want to work on that lower body. But now that I became a little stronger, got a little bit better, especially at like lunges, I'm not hating them as much. We're enjoying the lower body a little bit more. It's nice when you see that progress and you start being able to pick those heavy weights up, get through those lunges without falling over. Great progress. Okay, world's greatest stretch. Coming to the edge of our mat, we're going to take a big inhale. We're going to exhale. Oh, feel that lengthening in that back and those hamstrings. Open up that back. We're going to walk it out. We're going to step forward with that right foot and rotate. Same thing, other side. And let's just alternate back and forth in that stretch a few times. Keeping that core nice and strong. And we are going to have a little cardio block. In our workout today, we're going to work on some type of form of burpees. So we're going to go here into a high plank. We're going to warm up those push muscles and do a couple push-ups here from our toes or from our knees, whatever feels better for you. Perfect. Drop those knees or stay on those knees. We're going to just go into some cat-cow breaths here. Warming up that spine, those hips. Pushing up to that high plank. Let's walk it back in. Rolling up nice and slow. Rolling those shoulders out. We're going to go into some lunges here, just some static lunges. Left leg forward. We're going to sink down, drive up, sinking straight down, straight up, 90 degrees with both knees. One more. Bring that foot up, hands behind our back into some good mornings. Working on that hinge here. We're going to be doing some deadlifts today. We're also going to be doing some weighted good mornings. So making sure we're really warming up. Hinge so you feel that tension in those hamstrings. Drive up through those glutes. Let's step back with our other leg this time. Into some lunges on this side. Almost there. One more. Come up. We're going to finish off with some high knees. A little bit of cardio to get that heart rate up. Like I said, we're gonna do a little block of cardio in between our 3 blocks today. We're gonna do some type of burpee. So it's gonna be up to you. Get those knees up nice and high. We're cheating there. We'll finish off 3, 2, and 1. Okay. So for our burpees, we'll just go over this quick. Grab a chair, elevate that upper body. We can just step it out, step it up, and reach. That's our easiest. We can hop out from here, or we can go into our full burpees with me. We're gonna add in some dumbbells and a shoulder press as well, or we can go right into our double press, which I will demonstrate once we get there, okay? So let's get our bands, our weights, our water, everything ready, and we will get into our first block. Okay guys, first move, we are going into my least favorite kind of squats. We're gonna do a banded front squat because we're gonna add that band. Like I said, every week we're just kind of up in that spice, up in that resistance. So we're gonna grab a band. We can throw it on above or below. Oh, I hate these stupid bands. Our knees. And we're gonna grab those weights, rack them in front for our front squat. We are gonna work for 40 seconds on, 3 times through. Then we're going into good mornings, okay? So, all right, it's my birthday. We're gonna go a little heavier here. We're gonna try this out, okay? So banded front squat, okay? Nice heavy weights. Band around those thighs or down here. Oh, these thin bands, that's a problem. It's like, oh, you're using too weak of a band, so it's gonna be annoying and roll up in your leg. So you use the heavier band. Well, I don't know where that is. So we're sticking with this. All right, here we go, guys. I'm just trying to procrastinate because I don't want to do these. Let's go. 5 seconds left. Get those weights racked. Here we go in 3, 2, and 1. We're inhaling down, exhaling up. There's not going to be a lot of talking for me in these. These weights are heavy and I'm struggling. So remember your cues. Drive up through those heels. Track those knees on those outside toes. Chest up, shoulders back. Use that breath to help you push up through that squat. Don't rest those weights on your shoulders. 10 seconds left. And 1. Done. Okay. Set our weights down. I gave us some nice long breaks today. It was 20-second rest because we got some big moves. Lower body, heavy weights, big muscles. We need those nice 20-second rests, which isn't really that long. Okay, here we go, guys. Second time. If you're not struggling like me right now, get a heavier weight, all right? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. I don't want to suffer alone, okay? It's my birthday gift from you. Push yourself. Grab those heavier weights. Awesome job, guys. Slow and controlled. Especially if you are using that heavier weight. Whew. Don't let it ruin that form. Just about there. 1 more. Oh, I rest. Okay. Set those weights down. 1 more time. Whew, and we're done with our squats. Got this move out of the way at first. The ones we don't like, get out of here. Get them done. Everything's easy from here. Except those split squats. All right, here we go. 1 more time. Think about pushing out on that band. It's going to help you with those knees, not letting them cave in. Oh, good job, guys. We're almost there. Try and drop as deep as you can in that squat. Okay, we made it, we survived. Next, we're going into good mornings. We're gonna add a weight. You've got a couple options here depending on how heavy. If it's comfortable enough, you have maybe a bit of a lighter weight. We can rack that on the backboard next over here. And we're sinking into those squats and driving up. However, if you want to go a little bit heavier with that weight, You can just hold it at your chest, kind of like a hug, and you're hinging and coming up, all right? Woo! So you choose where you want to go with that, whatever's more comfortable. We are thinking about hinging at those hips. Those feet are pretty narrow, so hip distance, sending those glutes back and driving forward. We're not locking those knees out, but we're not bending into them, right? We're hinging, not squatting here. Flashlight in our butt, back wall, not floor, all right? Okay, almost there. Round 2, here we go. Enjoy it, because we have to do burpees next. So when you compare this to burpees, it's easy, right? Okay, here we go. 8 seconds left. Deep breaths. Grab your weight. Pick your poison. Whew, here we go in 3, 2, and 1. So we're hinging. So nice flat back here. We don't want to round. Hinge to that parallel and then drive those hips forward. Inhale as we hinge. Engaging that core, activating those glutes as we stand. Good job, guys. We're going through this 3 times. 1 more. And rest. You can set that weight down. Can we go a little bit heavier with those weights? How are we feeling? And again, your other option, you can grab them on the back of that neck. Or if you're just wanting to work on that form, go ahead, just do body weight. It's still working that core and those glutes, okay? Here we go. Next time, 3, 2, and 1. That core is nice and strong. Exhale as we stand, push those hips forward. Really using that mind to muscle connection here to think about those glutes. And very slow and controlled. This isn't a fast movement. We're moving slow and intentional. Almost there. Head rest. Okay, 20 seconds here. One more time, and then we're going into burpees. We've got in mind those modifications so we can use that chair to elevate that upper body. And here we go in 3, 2, and 1. And for our cardio, if we are dealing with any type of upper body injuries or pain, such as shoulder, we're going to modify that cardio completely. And you can do jumping jacks, you can do butt kicks, you could do step ups, squats, anything like that. We're just not going to agitate that shoulder anymore, and burpees would not be helpful in any way, okay? So you can get that cardio burn from lots of different exercises. So we're not going to injure ourselves more by trying to do them. We're going to modify into something lower body. And rest. Okay. Whoa, that was it. One more time. 20 seconds. Here we go in 3, 2, and 1. Halfway there. Really using that full range of motion, guys. Sending those hips all the way back. Activating those glutes forward. Couple more. And rest. Good work. Okay, I'm going to show you what our burpees are going to look like. So I showed kind of the modified version. And you have 2 other options if you want to go a little more advanced, a little more pain. If you enjoy suffering, come along on this journey with me. So we're going to do either a dumbbell burpee press, or we can do a double press. So the 2 differences. So we're gonna come down to that burpee. So we're kicking out, we're coming down. For that devil press, we come up wide. Those weights swing back and go up and overhead, okay? For our other one, for the shoulder press, we come back, down. We come up more narrow in that stance. We come up clean to shoulder and then overhead press, okay? So try both, see what feels better. So that devil press, you're making sure you're coming up nice and wide, swing up, and the other one, we're just coming up more narrow, cleaning, and then shoulder press, okay? Otherwise, we're modifying on that chair. Either way, all these versions are gonna be easy, guys. They're gonna suck, but choose what suck you're feeling today, you know? And again, shoulder injury, let's not do these. Let's do some jumping jacks. Maybe not even jumping jacks if your shoulder isn't feeling good there. High knees, butt kicks, step ups, squats, lots of options. All right, let's stop procrastinating and get into our big cardio move. Grab a drink, get your weights set up if you're using them. And here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. We're only doing 40 seconds of this, guys. I should have mentioned that. Core is nice and strong. Good work, guys. 15 seconds left. Last couple reps. Oh, we did it. We made it. And rest. All right, guys. Second block, we are going into rotational deadlifts and into our split squats, okay? So we're going to grab a weight. We're going to get into our staggered stance, and we are hinging at that hip, rotating to that outside, and then driving back up, okay? We'll do each, we're only going through these twice, okay? All right, 5 seconds, let's go. Grab that weight into that staggered stance. Most of that weight is on that front left foot. Weight is in our right hand. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna inhale into that rotation, drive up. Awesome move for those glutes here. We're gonna inhale down, exhale up. Try to use a fairly heavy weight here. Our deadlifts, we should be going fairly heavy. Inhale down, exhale up, awesome. Almost there, let's go one more. And rest. We're gonna take 20 seconds. We're gonna stay on this side. We're really gonna fire up that glute, really pushing it to that tired point, to that almost fatigue. Nice heavy weight. Go heavier if you didn't feel it in that one, if we're not struggling on those last 2 reps, okay? Here we go. Second time on that foot in 3, 2, 1. Making sure we keep a nice flat back here. Driving up. So we're lengthening that glute before we load it, and then driving up. Thinking about that left glute doing that work. Working that core here as well. Inhale down, exhale, engage. Lifting that pelvic floor gently as we exhale. Awesome job, guys. Almost there. One more, and rest. Okay, same thing, other side, 20 seconds. We're gonna shift. We're gonna bring that right leg forward this time, kickstand that left foot. Weight has shifted over to that left hand. Same thing, we're sending those hips back with that rotation, coming back up. Working in that transverse plane. 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna inhale and rotate. Drive back up. Watching we don't let that hip cave in. Great job, guys. Feeling those glutes burn. So we started off the week, I think, with those regular deadlifts. We kind of adjust as we go, making them a little bit more difficult, a little bit more different, changing up those stances, those movement patterns to target different areas in those glutes and rest. We're gonna do that one more time. Split squats are coming next. Here we go, into that staggered stance, same side, 3, 2, and 1. Hinge and drive forward. Let's try to keep the majority of that weight on that right leg here, guys. One more. Awesome. Okay, next, split squats. And again, if you try a couple and these don't feel good, we're gonna just come down and work on those regular lunges. I'm gonna recommend that you start body weight, no weights. So we're gonna start with that left leg forward. We're gonna elevate that right leg. I think we have done these a couple times, but not a lot. No one's a pro. No one's a pro at these. Okay, 90-90 with those knees. We're sinking those hips straight down, okay? Driving up with that front leg, straight down, driving up, okay? Again, you could take a like a broomstick here to help with that balance so you can really work on that movement pattern. We're driving up with that front foot, okay? If you want to try weight, if you're feeling confident, I would start with just one on this side and we're going here, okay? But you can start just with that body weight, see how it feels. Let's practice just that movement pattern, that form before we start adding in resistance. Okay, 15 seconds left in our rest. We're gonna pop that right foot up onto our block or whatever we're using. We're gonna get ready here. Here we go in 3, 2, and 1. Sinking down and driving up. Also watch that your feet are staying shoulder width apart when you put it up here. We're not moving it back over here, so like they're in line, okay? We wanna keep that wider stance. Inhale down, slow and controlled, guys. Driving through that front foot, one more, and rest. We're gonna stay on that side, same as we did with those deadlifts. 10 seconds left in our rest. Grab that quick drink if you'd like. One more time on this side. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Keeping that core nice and strong. (90-90) with those knees. Watching that front knee is tracking, staying vertical, and rest. Okay, we're switching to the other side. Thank goodness that leg is on fire. We've got 20 seconds here in between for that rest. We're gonna do 2 on this side. We're gonna hit those burpees and then head into our last block. Here we go. Foot up. Weight other hand if you're using a weight. 3, 2, and 1. I feel like I'm using the same side. Did I do this side already? Yeah, I think I was doing the wrong side. Like, why is this hurting so much? I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back on that video now and see if I've totally messed this up. Almost there, guys. One more rep. And rest. Okay. One more time, and then we're out of these, okay? And if you're really struggling, again, you've got that broomstick or something in that left hand, help with that balance, okay? Really good way to start these off. 3, 2, and 1. We're staying on that same leg. I recommend this pillow here. Good job, guys. Feel the burn. We are almost out of these, thank goodness. 20 seconds left. Last couple reps, push through, push through. We're gonna hit those burpees and then take a rest. Rest. Okay, 20 seconds. Get those weights set up for those burpees. Or if you're not using burpees, don't use weights. You're choosing your hard here. Okay, here we go. 40 seconds cardio. Burn it out. Then we get into our final set. In 3, 2, and 1. I like adding in these dumbbells. You can even turn this into a push-up if you'd like. Doing this, adding in that push-up, these push presses, it kind of slows down those burpees into different movements, because sometimes in burpees, we just start flopping around like a fish. We lose that form. We're not really hitting those muscles as well because we're tired and rest. Oh. Okay, final block, guys. And then we're done. Grab a drink, take a few seconds. I'll demo what we're doing in our final block. Hip thrust is our first move. If we are using our bench or whatever we have, we're gonna rest that upper back on our bench. We're gonna get that weight on our hips. We are looking straight ahead, like there's a TV on the wall in front of us. We're dropping those hips and pushing them up here to here. If you don't have anything to elevate on, we're gonna come onto the ground and we're going to go into our glute bridges with our hips, with the weight on our hips for that extra resistance. This mat is sliding. This might get a little dangerous for me over here, but you find somewhere safe, somewhere that doesn't have a slippery mat. We're gonna get into these hip thrusts. Another awesome move for those glutes. You can put a band around your thighs also for a little extra fire. You choose, okay? We've got a few seconds left in our rest. So again, we're lining up on our bench, upper back on that bench. That upper body is staying still, stable, and those hips are dropping and pushing forward, okay? All right, 5 seconds left. Let's get set up. Weight, if you want, you can just try these without a weight at first to kind of get the feeling, get the movement. Oh, this isn't gonna work. All right, guys. I'm not even gonna cut this out of the video. This isn't a blooper. This is just gonna be real life. So we're gonna get set up on our mat. Okay, here we go. Shimmy, shimmy down. All right. It's not always beautiful looking. We get into these awkward exercises. Okay. Upper body resting on our bench, block, whatever it is. Or if you're like, you're making this look way too hard, I'm just gonna hit the ground and do some glute bridges. I don't blame you. 5 seconds. Just get those weights on those hips wherever we're at. 3, 2, and 1. We're dropping those hips and pressing. Remember, we're keeping that gaze forward. It can help to have a blanket or something under your back. And again, making sure it's not something that's going to slide like this is doing right now. I'm going to tip this over and fall. Almost there, guys. We're only doing this twice, so that's great news. Feel those glutes burning. We want a nice 90-degree angle with those knees also, keeping those feet planted firmly and they're about shoulder width apart. One more and rest. Okay. I'm gonna come down and just do glute bridges because my sliding mat and my weak sliding cooler are not working for me. I tried. But you guys, if you have that surface, stay strong. Keep in those glute bridges. Let's do keep in those hip thrusts. Let's go one more time in 3, 2, and 1. I'm not going to be reporting to Derek about that incident because he's going to say, well, we have a gym in the basement that you could use and a bench that would work perfect for this exercise. If we are doing the glute bridges, heels under those knees, okay? We're trying to target those glutes, not those hamstrings or quads right now. So heels right under those knees. One more time. And rest. Okay. Let's be done with that disaster for today. I hope you guys were able to get through that. At least you had some provided entertainment, all right? Okay, we're going into jump squats next because I'm just, I guess, mean like that. 20 seconds rest. We're here into those jump squats, or you could just do a squat with the front kick to modify if we're not wanting to jump and add that impact, okay? Oops, our timer went off. 2 times through, then burpees, and then we're done. Thank goodness. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Sink nice and deep. Big explosive jump. Modify with those squat front kicks. So squat out to that front kick right here. Great cardio. Great also for that core. I mean, you're still getting that heart rate up. It's still a great cardio. However, we're just taking off that impact. We're not coming down on those heels, ankles, knees, hips with that impact. If we have any pain, if we have any injuries, okay? Almost there. Rest. 20 seconds for doing that again. 10 seconds. Here we go. Jump squats or squat front kicks. In 3, 2, and 1. Sometimes if we can in our bodies, it's good to add these impact moves in. So whether it's these jumps, we're running, we're doing hops, helps with that bone density. $15 seconds left. Okay, we got this, guys. Don't quit on me. I'm quitting, I'm not quitting. We're going. Last 2 seconds. 3, 2, 1. That was really bad planning to throw some burpees in after this. Okay. Mondays are big days. We're going into that holiday season. We gotta be strong, we gotta be conditioned. We're carrying grocery bags. We're carrying presents. We're running through the mall. 3, 2, 1, let's go. I feel like nobody runs through the mall anymore. They just go on Amazon and order everything. Whew. But I feel like we're running somewhere at Christmas. If we have kids, we're probably late for something. So we're running to the family dinners as we carry in our crock pot and the 15 bags required to take those children somewhere. Whew. Oh, guys, we're almost there. One more. And done. Lovely work, lovely work. Grab a drink. Take a few seconds to catch our breath. I thought those front squats at the beginning were going to be the worst part of that workout. I was very wrong. Okay, let's take a few deep breaths here. Let's take a big inhale. And exhale. Big inhale. One more. We're going to go into some quad stretches first. Using a wall or something to help with that balance. Using that time, this time, let that heart rate come down. And switch to the other side. Let's take those arms behind our back, open that chest. We're gonna go into a wide stance here. We're gonna go into a forward fold. Next, wide stance, forward fold. But if you are still winded, if you are still heart rate's up here, let's just not do that yet. Take a few more seconds and some more standing stretches. Or sit down, you could go into just a hamstring stretch, so straight out, legs straight out in front of you seated. But if you're feeling okay, we'll take a big inhale and then exhale to that forward fold. We just don't want to be dropping that head below our heart when that heart rate is up. Dizzy, lightheaded feeling, we don't want that. Into this forward fold, feeling some lengthening in those hamstrings. You could even cross those arms, grab that opposite elbow, sway back and forth. And then we'll just come down to a seated position. And we'll just finish off with a nice butterfly stretch. And if you want to continue doing some stretching, focus on that lower body, maybe some hip flexor stretches, like that low lunge, pigeon, work on the glutes, figure four. Maybe lay in child's pose for a few seconds there. Nice deep breaths. Awesome job getting to your mats today and for getting through that workout. It was not an easy one. I hope you have a great week. Good job.